Wednesday marked the fourth consecutive day of two-a-day practices, and you just finished up the evening session. What did you see out of your team today?
Well, Jamal Williams had another great evening. I mean, he's a freshman wide receiver that has really played well in all the practices so far, and he's just got to keep competing. It's also was a good night for Chris Porter. We finally got him back and healthy and moving around, and he had an interception tonight and did really well. I've been really impressed with our running backs. I mean, our running backs are running the ball so hard. I mean, the way that they're running the ball, the way the offensive line's opening up holes for them. Bo Amos and Jake McSpadden have done a great job to this point, and the leadership has really picked up on offense. I've been really pleased with those guys. Defensively, we're still behind a little bit. We're probably behind the offense. We've got to get going a little more in what we're doing with the execution. I think that's natural too within the practices that we had. This is kind of how it went in the spring too. We were a little sluggish the first 7 practices, 8 practices, and then we got going and picked it up. Right now we're having too many big plays by the offense, which is a credit to our offense. But at the same time, defensively, we're doing some good things where we shut them out. We're just getting beat by the big play right now when we scrimmage and when we test each other. So we got some little things we got to work on, and that's kind of expected in week 8. But for me personally, I mean, our coaches are doing great. Everything's really going according to plan and right on schedule. And we'll install some more tomorrow. And I tell you, the effort has been great, though, and the attitude has been great. I mean, we worked these guys hard. This was the hottest day we've had so far, although we've had great weather at this point. But our guys, I've been really pleased with how hard they've worked and the attitude that they've brought when we pushed them, and we've really pushed them every day, and especially today.
In the last 30 minutes of practice, the offense and defense scrimmaged each other in the open field, and the offense was able to convert 2 70-yard touchdown plays and 1 60-yard touchdown play. As a defensive coach, I know that might frustrate you, but talk about how that offensive success made you feel good.
I think it's great, yeah. I mean, our offense should feel great and have a lot of confidence. Defensively, I mean, I'm really a bad coach right now because I'm not calling very good plays. Right now we're running the install that we have at the current time. And, there's times we're running our goal line defense at the 50-yard line. Well, our offense may be running their 50-yard line offense or something, and we're working on a goal line defense or whatever, and we're not quite on the same script. But at the same time, you still got to be good in any area of the field and whatever you call. And one of the things I like to do is put our guys in bad positions, too, to see how they respond to it. And I've been pleased with how they've responded, but I've especially been pleased with how the offense has played, and I think you got to give them a lot of credit, man. They're really coming along. Coach Stevens is doing a great job with them, as well as the rest of the offensive staff. And then the leadership we have over there with Bryant Jackson and Bo Amos and those guys, they're really doing a nice job. Bert Nyasefa, guys are really coming along, and they're really together. They've been a together unit, and I've been really impressed and really pleased with what they're doing so far. And we'll get there on defense too, but defensively, I like putting my guys in a bad position right now to see how they respond and see how they do. And eventually we'll get to the point where we put an offense in a bad position and do it the other way. So, but it's going good. Everything's going according to plan and according to schedule, and looking forward to see what we get tomorrow.
One of those 70-yard touchdown plays was made by Jamal Williams on a pass from Miles King, where Williams was able to kind of beat double coverage, and then he actually made a leaping catch on the back of the strong safety. Talk about what you saw in that play and what has allowed Williams to thrive so far in camp.
Well, I think his big thing is just the athletic ability he has, and he's driven. I mean, he's not a kid that he doesn't flinch. And usually you get a freshman in here and around a bunch of college guys, and he'll flinch a little bit, and he's not scared of anything, man. He comes in and gets after it, and we're very lucky to have him, and he's going to have a very special future here, and only being a freshman and being as big as he is, and looking forward to seeing what he can do, not only in games, but obviously it's fun to watch him in practice every night too. He's really done a great job.
As the team closes towards the end of the first week of fall camp, how do you think the team has improved from day 1 into day 4?
Gelling chemistry, not even close. I mean, our gelling chemistry's been so good. They just keep building on it. And this morning, we had a little altercation, which naturally happens in the heat. Loved it. Loved that they were competing. And then to see them come back together to problem solve, work things out on both sides of the ball, how they came together after practice was over. I'm very fortunate with the kids we have. They're great kids, and our gelling chemistry, man, it's really coming along. They're going to be a team in every sense of the word by the time we get through 2 days.